Hasan Minhaj, the morning show, Hasan Minhaj. No, no, the Daily Show, Hasan Minhaj. No, 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 the Patriot Act, Hasan Minhaj. I think
Yes,
that's really who we got, right? This was like
correct.
Hasan Minhaj doing a live version of the Patriot Act that's more like meditative on his own life, and that
Mhm.
I think really worked. I found this to be a really like compelling special. I thought really interesting. I liked him splicing in the clips, and overall, I was like, "Yeah, hey, I like him." I don't know if I find him to be like the funniest comic out there, but I think his social commentary and his perspective as an Indian comic is oh no, sorry, Pakistani comic is really, really great.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. This is his Hassan's second Netflix special, The King's Jester, first since 2017. Been a little while since 2017. Of course, the Patriot Act it came and went, and Hassan has become much more famous. And I mean, good for him, right? Like rising up from being a Daily Show correspondent to hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner to then getting his own Netflix series and being, I think, the most successful person doing something that has largely been unsuccessful on streaming, which is like the talk show
Mm.
weekly release variety format. Like that hasn't really worked on streaming, and they're not really trying as much anymore. And of course, Patriot Act did get canceled after I think like 30, 40 episodes, whatever it was. But like he definitely made his mark doing that, and to then more or less bring that into his comedy, as he said, PowerPoint comedy, as he called it. Like kind of doing that. Uh, Kind of cool, right? Like you had this very visually distinct set stage that he was a part of for this special. Like it wasn't just him standing in the on a normal theater stage, and like it kind of like fit that vibe of there being this like video screen behind him that would be perfectly in sync with as were his points as he got to them. And like it's obviously like the King's Jester is like super written and choreographed, right? And you know, like you said, is Hassan the funniest guy? No, not necessarily. But like I'm almost like not necessarily like watching him to laugh per se. You know, it's almost like when we just watched Rothaniel from Gerard. It's like,
Mm.
nah, this is kind of different. It's like technically a comedy special, but this is just Hassan just kind of musing in this case on it, like Gerard in a certain sense, musing on himself and directly like what he's experienced recently and how he feels about that, and just kind of intersplicing some jokes, some one-liners into that. You know, I think Hassan's view of Southeast Asian culture
Mhm.
and how that interfaces with America is always pretty funny to hear. You know,
Yeah.
I did like his jokes about DOs versus MDs in terms of like straight up doctor humor, definitely play into the room there a little bit, but I like a specific joke for sure. And yeah, I think does Hassan like wow you with his like social commentary? I don't think he does either. Like it's not like he's like super granular, super like uh informative on stuff necessarily too. Like yeah, you might not know something he's telling you, but like it's not like he's super deep in the weeds either. It's just like the package. Like he's just
Yeah.
really charismatic and really good at delivering these scripts, delivering these points he's come up with, and that's what makes him so compelling. It's like I just like listening to him explain something to me and then make me laugh a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I just want to clean it up. I had it right the first time. He is Indian. And I should have remembered with the joke where he was talking about Kumail and how Kumail getting so ripped like
Yeah.
ruined it for everybody. He's like,
Yeah.
that's why I like Aziz. He's just eating pasta and running around the Italian countryside.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. On Patriot Act, he was like not supportive of Modi, and like a
yeah.
fellow Indian was giving him shit for it. That was pretty funny.
And then he came in and wanted to take a picture with him. Oh man, that was really great. Um, yeah, I agree with you. You know, I really liked the choreography of this, like how sometimes he would like lay down and the camera would come from above and like zoom in on his face. Sometimes it would show him like watching the videos that he's doing, like the powerpoints he's doing, which I thought was pretty cool touch. Um, and yeah, I thought some of the humor was really like funny to think about when he was talking about the doctor humor, and he's like, I hope it's not this like certain doctor from Sacramento, and then it is that doctor. He's like, how are you a licensed doctor, and he's like, I don't even know, bro. I
Bro,
failed
you're
out of.
wearing Jordans right now.
So good. I also liked, you get a little bit of that Patriot Act Daily Show humor when he talks about the Saudis, and he has Jared
Mm.
Kushner in the room when he's doing his. Was that the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Was that what it
No, he said
was?
that was like a Time 100 like
Yeah,
toast or something, a
that's
dinner,
right.
and he was like doing a toast or something, and he ad libbed his way into that when he noticed Kushner walk in, basically.
Yeah, I just thought that was like a really like poignant and like right in his wheelhouse type of thing. So I really enjoyed that. I don't know. I think we kind of summed it up well. Where he's never gonna be the comic that I'm like, I need to like turn my brain off, just get a laugh. Like he's always gonna try to bring you a little bit of the commentary. He's a little ridiculous, and I think overall just like super polished and like a showman.
Hmm.
So it's fun to watch him.
Yeah, I liked how he would bring in like his relationship with his wife and like
Hmm.
bringing his family into that. I don't know if like because he would obviously like the way you would like structure the specials, he would like, contrast where he's at with his career with how that was affecting things back home, and like I don't know if it totally like lands like the gravity of his mistakes or crossing the line. It's like I don't know, man. Like you got some anthrax in the mail, maybe, but like so does anyone who says shit about people. Like I don't know if there was a line that Hassan was really crossing. He's a fucking comedian, you know.
Yeah,
I liked the joke with the lawyer about the
yeah,
jurisprudence of jokes. That was well done,
that was
you
great.
know.
How he thinks
Um,
his lawyer's cool now. He's
yeah,
like,
that was fun. Early on, when he talks about adopting a white baby and everything with his like his daughter's school or whatever, like that was pretty fun. But like
mhm.
saying he wants to be the Diddy of comedy, that was good. But like him like being obsessed with like clout and likes and everything on social media. I don't know if that really like landed as well for me either. Like in terms of like how that was like striking like a wedge with his relationship with his wife. Like I didn't quite pick up on that as much. And like I don't know. Like I feel like he almost was trying to bring it like too close to home. Where I'd appreciate if he really just kept it more Patriot Acty. I don't know. Um, but it was still really well scripted and had a nice pace to it. And uh, he is really good at this style of thing. That much is clear.
Yeah, I I liked when he brought up the Daily Show and he mentioned Trevor Noah, who we haven't talked about at all, but like leaving the Daily Show, dating
Yeah,
Dua Lipa. I mean, the guy's just like I don't know.
flexing.
Yeah, he's in a great spot in his life. But I was just thinking about like I don't know if they have a replacement lined up for Trevor Noah yet. I don't think
Nothing
they
public.
do. And I wouldn't hate it if they offered it to Hassan, but I doubt he would take it. Just
They'll
kind of
probably
based on
offer
where
it
he's
to
at.
Ronnie Chang, who's still on the Daily Show.
That'd be smart, but do you think he's gonna take it? I feel like he's
Nope,
kind of past
don't
that.
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
Hassan's
wonder.
past that for sure, and I mean, Corden's retiring too. Like late night is definitely changing, and like
Yeah,
what's next for Hassan, right? Patriot Act had a short but bright life, and he just released his second special. Now what's he gonna do? He was on the morning show season 2 as you reference in a small role. I can't imagine that's his main focus these days. Who can say? Um, but I think he definitely has a knack for like certain form of storytelling. Right? I think really early on, the way he tied in like his Muslim experience growing up to like post 9/11 America, where he got profiled and was very much at risk of perhaps being forced into giving like a false confession of some kind or being arrested for something he obviously didn't do, and like that was like really poignant material, right? And he would tie that into other people that actually did experience that, and how he like felt super close to that, and saying how like his first bit of comedy saved his life. It's like definitely didn't expect to see that, right, or hear that.
yeah.
um
I thought that was
he
really
is
well
real
done.
he is really good at finding humor in uh less humorous material, right?
Mhm.
But I am curious to see what exactly he's up to next. I really don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, he feels like he has a lot of options, so I'm sure whatever
I'm
he
sure.
chooses to do, he'll do well.